Hi, I'm Phyllis, Phyllis Washington, and the reason that I'm back is because I told you I would be back starting my series on being a natural health consultant. I want to welcome you to the channel. I want to welcome everyone who's here to learn about natural health care, about be taking part in their own health, learning about herbs, fruits, vegetables, other techniques that help to heal the mind and heal the body. And so I'm really excited about this series. You know, there's so many and so much that I didn't know personally. And if you've seen my first video, you'll understand why I've started on this journey to uh, to share my natural health experience. And I just want you to know that if you haven't seen that I recommend that you will go back and see that first and then come back to this one. But I'd like to ask everyone, because, I'm not a professional video camera person. I'm not, the high tech savvy person. I'm sure as I go, things will get better. But this is a message that I feel is very important and it really needs to get out there. I don't know how the lighting is, how you're feeling with the lighting right now. But this is almost the best I can do for now. I'd like to ask that you will hit like if you find that this video was something that you found some help with, or if it maybe made you start to think about, the other options to health care, or subscribes and share with your friends or family or anyone that you think could benefit from learning about natural health care. A lot of times we don't know we want natural health. And the reason we don't know is because we're born right into the hospitals. We're born into trusting the hospital system right from the get-go. You understand? And, I've had 8 children, as you will learn in my first video. And, they were born right into the hospital, as was I. There wasn't even any discussion of doing anything natural or doing it from home or anything like that, and those are options, but they never. The point is they never were brought to my attention. And being a young woman, maybe in your early 20s, 30s, you don't know about stuff like that. You just want the baby to be healthy, and I get that. So we form a longing or a trust without even knowing anything about the relationship. And that's the worst thing we can do. The worst thing we can do, and we may have all done it, just lunge straight forward into something without even really getting to know anything about either the person, maybe the doctor, maybe the car, maybe the house. There could be a lot of reasons that we just lunge, just trying to get to the finish of everything. We don't, we just want to get well. We don't care, who the doctor is. We trust automatically. And I have a doctor, so don't get me wrong. I am not anti-doctor. I have a doctor. I go every single year, and I do get my diagnosis and what they feel that I need. And now they may recommend something that I might not do. And I can share a story with you that further signified why I was going to deal more with natural health. I had an experience, I want to say about 4 years ago. And I went to my doctor for my regular checkup. And maybe some of you guys have dealt with this or experienced this. And after the checkup, they checked my blood pressure. They took my temp. He really didn't talk to me at all. Um, neither did the nurse. They took my weight. These are people touching my body. You know, they're putting things in my mouth. They're wrapping things around my arm. They're doing it wrong because, when they go to give you a blood pressure reading, they're really not supposed to hold your arm up high. You will get two different readings, whether the position of your arm is held high or the position of your arm is held low. Okay? And so, whatever way, they took my blood pressure. They said it was rocketing, it was sky high. The doctor came in, read this thing that the nurse had showed him, and he goes, well, we're going to have to put you on high blood pressure medicine. And I goes, oh, well, what is it? And he mentions what it is. I don't even remember what it was. And he goes, I said, well, how long will I have to take that? And he said, oh, for life. And I said to myself, no, I said to him, I said, I don't want to be on a lifetime medicine. And he said, well, you're going to have to if you want this blood pressure to go down. So I let him finish the physical, and I said, I think I know something I can do. He said, well, I'm going to schedule you for a month. You come back and we'll check it, okay? I think I told him I was going to work on my diet but I'll work on it myself a little bit, and if push come to shove, because I didn't know what I knew at the time, hey, if I have to, maybe I might have to, who knows, go on the lifetime blood pressure. And this was one of the first, I want to say the first natural natural things that I did for my body. So I goes home, I'm thinking about it, then I say, okay, do some research. So I did some research and about blood pressure, high blood pressure. And, I learned, okay, everybody has pressure in their body. Your blood pressure can go up just being anxious, being at the doctor, wondering if your blood pressure's high. Your blood pressure can go up, wondering on the way to the doctor, I wonder what they're going to find. I wonder, if I'm okay. So, you have pressure. And the body naturally has pressure points. And throughout the day, your blood pressure will go up and it will go down because that's the way the body is created in order to alleviate certain types of pressure. And that's okay. But then some pressures are caused by an oversalt intake. Some are, increased by a person who may stress a lot, who may be under a lot of pressure from, financial pressure, relationship pressure. Maybe they did something and they have pressure from their conscience, and so we live in a very, very stressful time. These are not the, Mayberry days. These are not the, the old days on the farm, the old days in the village or wherever you may be from. These are definitely different times. There's stress with your relationships. There's stress with your family ties. There's a lot that people go to bed with every night. Now, as a natural health consultant, we're going to talk to you. And believe it or not, that one-on-one interaction, which they used to call bedside manner, is healing from the get-go. Okay? Having that one-on-one conversation, which is what I do. I'm not just going to touch your body and push something down your throat and send you on your way. I hope you make it. I'm not going to pacify a person. And that's what a lot of these things do. They're not really healing. They're pretty much just alleviating some pressure. They're not fixing anything. And so, okay, so getting back to the story, I goes home, I do my research. So after finding out about all the other things that cause pressure, and there were many, many more, but then I started looking into some of the foods that would bring about a change. Because the first thing I'm thinking is diet. And one of the foods that came up was garlic. And now, if any one of you Google garlic and the health benefits, you'll find a whole lot of stuff. Now, I think at the store, a clove or a block of garlic, I don't know, the cloves might be the little things that pull it all together. But anyway, you get the garlic and you might have 8 to 10 cloves. There I go with the indigestion in front of the camera. I don't know why. I trust me, I have not been like that before I turned this camera on. But this is all new for me, but I feel it's important. So I took one of those cloves and I peeled it. One whole clove, just a small one. And I chopped it up. Chopped it up. Chop, chop, chop. So now I have all these little crumbly pieces of garlic, and I put a half a teaspoon of honey on top. I'm not going to just swallow garlic. And so I take my spoon and I eat this garlic. I'm crunching. It tastes like honey and nuts because, of course, the flavor of the garlic goes away because it's surrounded by the honey, the raw honey that I have. So I drink some water so I can get it all down. I didn't feel any particular change. But I did that once a day for 30 days. Guess what happened? So at 30 days, I had my appointment back with my doctor. The nurse comes in. I'm sitting on the little table. And she checks my arm. She takes it, she checks it. And the funny thing happened. She goes, oh. She's like, oh, good. I had a good reading. And she was like, oh, I said, well, is it okay? She's like, yeah, it's normal. It's fine. Now, she didn't know the discussion I had with the doctor the month before. So she done gave it all away that I'm fine. Yay. And so she leaves. And he storms into the room. Like literally. Burst through the door. This man grabbed my arm, wrapped it up, and I'm like, good morning, because it was almost abusive. And he pumps the thing till I could barely, you know what I mean? Like, the thing is squeezing, and it goes down. And instead of saying what the nurse said, like, oh, good, yeah, it looks fine. You know what he did? He said, what did you do? Yeah. That's what he did. And I looked at him. Outside the fact that I almost reported him for yanking me around like that. But he was in shock. And I said, I eat a piece of garlic every day. A clove of garlic. He was not happy. I've never seen him again. Because I realized it was more important for me, to put money in his pocket, taking that lifetime medicine. Because now, see, he wasn't going to get that commission. I guess I was supposed to come back, I don't know, with a really worse case than what I left with. And since I hadn't lost no weight or anything like that, I didn't like go outside and run around the house 20 times or anything like that. I started simple. And I never seen that doctor again. It's been like 4 or 5 years. I couldn't believe that he would feel that way. And at that point, it taught me something. That they've been keeping something from me. Now I'm under the impression or under the understanding that when these doctors have their 4-year course, they're taught these things. They know. What are they doing for 4 years? Most of the time they're learning the alternative to what's natural. Why? Because they can't sell you garlic. I think that piece of garlic cost me under $2. It might have been under $1. Now the average high blood pressure medicine, I'm sure, is very, very expensive. I'm sure. And for a person to take it for the rest of their lives, that part of those proceeds, guess where they're going? Yeah, to your doctor, who's hiding things from you. But everybody has that choice. Now, I'm sure the medicine that he offered to me probably would have gave me a quicker result. But what are the side effects to this medicine? I know with my new doctor, and this is the difference between doctors, because some of them are humble. And I goes, well, I take garlic. Garlic has allicin in it, part of the onion family. Very powerful herb. And you know what that young man said? Now, the other doctor, been a doctor for years. He had to be like near 70, something like that, right? But this doctor here, I would have to say 30s, 30 something. He goes, really? I didn't know. And see, and that's the beginning of wisdom. I didn't know. And he said, I didn't know about that, and immediately got on his laptop and he Googled it. It's what I'm asking you guys to do. And when he Googled it, he said on top of that, there was a new medical paper in the medical journal that spoke about garlic. I mean, it probably wasn't that same year, but it was very current within the last year or two. And he almost just stopped what he was doing with me and started reading this article. But he read it. He read a portion of it enough to confirm that he had learned something new. And so I'd like you to continue to come to this channel if you are interested in finding out the truth about your body and its reaction to natural health care. I'm Phyllis Washington. I have so much to tell you, but Google your garlic, and if you need to, talk with your doctor all the time. And I will be seeing you shortly. And we're going to talk in depth about natural health care. Thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the night.